What's up, guys? Sub-Xayah here, back for another VOD review today, doing another Wasianiverson VOD review because, I mean, still, this is the VOD from a couple of days ago where he also had an insane run-up. I mean, this guy, this was the VOD after he did that insane run where he went like 1-1-1-1, 2-2-1. Like, this is literally a different VOD from that where he also absolutely smurfed it. Like, I mean, this guy is nuts. And he played a comp that I want to yap about that I actually haven't done a VOD review of yet. So I'm excited to watch. Start the game off with a Kale with a Golden Edge. Wasianiverson loves his Golden Edge. If he can get any kind of start with that, he is very excited for it. We do start off with a dupe here, which is interesting enough. And also, you can see his 0% priority on Katarina there. We have Katarina plus Edge of Night start, and he sold the Katarina. I mean, just goes to show that he is not willing to play this comp whatsoever, which is kind of hilarious here. We are picking up a lot of Kales, but I mean, Kale reroll from this spot is quite dubious. And we do get kind of an interesting orb drop here. We had a Xayah Rakan orb drop, and then we're offered a pretty interesting augment, which is Tiny Team. And so, from this spot, Wasianiverson says, I want to play Xayah Rakan Fan Service, which makes a lot of sense. We are going to obviously sell the Kale here and, you know, see if we even have Fan Service as an option here for Xayah. Xayah is, well, actually, Wasian does something really, really smart here and says, you know what, I'm going to start the game off by powering up Syndra here because Fan Service, I'm not actually going to get a lot of value out of this early, right? I'm not playing Rakan on this board currently, so why would I actually go for Fan Service right now? We're going to power up the Syndra, sit on this for now, and then eventually we'll make our way to Fan Service. But the idea, of course, is Fan Service from this spot. We have a dupe, we have a Xayah, we have a Rakan. And so what is this line, if you guys haven't played this before at all? Well, when he does eventually power up, we will see the Fan Service power up, which is, if you actually think about the numbers of this Fan Service power-up, they're quite insane. If you have a Xayah 3 and a Rakan 3, each of those units are getting... Rakan gets like 900 HP, 45 RNMR, and the Xayah gets 45 AD and AS. Like, the stats are quite insane for a power-up. I mean, you can honestly compare the stats that Rakan gets to, like, Colossal, but obviously there's no downside of lacking, you know, playing an extra unit there. So, kind of... Like I said, just straight up insane here. But I really like how Wasian's actually playing the early game here, where he's playing around Syndra. We don't have any items to slam to start with here, so no need to really play this kind of like AD item holder. And we're just going to play this 3-star Guardian around Tiny Team here. And that's the other piece that makes this interesting is, you know, I've played this comp before from not Tiny Team, and it's felt fine, but I do think Tiny Team is a great enabler for this comp because it says everything on the tin what you want. You want to play a few Star Guardian units, you know, specifically Xayah, and then, you know, usually Nico as well as the Protector, and you really don't want to play too much else in terms of Star Guardians. You're usually playing vertical Protectors on this board. Cloak going to be the take here from Wasian. Item-wise, I do like Cloak a lot here. There's a couple of BIS items that Cloak ends up building into here. We're going to level up here and just play double Rel. I guess that doesn't break Tiny Team. That's kind of hilarious. But he also has just the... Yeah, he's going to play the GP2 on the board right now, which is kind of... I mean, it's a lot of gold to invest, but I mean, worth it. If, you know, potentially he can... I mean, if he even gets one kill, you know, that's 1 gold farmed that will go back into our pockets, so not too bad here. And Wasian also so good at playing for win streak, though. He might get cheesed here. Yeah, he does. Oh my god. When we make the 2-star GP and then lose to the Nico player, that actually feels really bad. So now he's just going to sell the GP, -1 gold. Oh, that's rough here. Our first slam was Gargoyle Stoneplate, which, like I said, Cloak is really important for BIS in this comp. Gargoyle, one of Rakan's best items, and then Kraken Slayer, one of Xayah's best items. So this is a comp where you can definitely use 2 Cloaks very, very easily. The other big BIS kind of like item that you need a lot of copies of in this comp is Bow. Xayah is a unit where she does not mind sometimes 3. You could even maybe think of her where she uses 4 bows, which is, you know, a lot. And then Rakan really, really likes Titan's Resolve as well, which is another bow item. So it's it is a bow hungry comp. So we will see how many bows we end up getting. You'd love to get, you know, some kind of augment like Pandora's that allows you to have a ton of bows. We get a bow drop here, which is really nice. We'll see what that ends up being towards, because we do get a rod as well, which Gwinsu quite solid in this comp. We also get dropped a TG, which is kind of interesting. This, to me, is really the Xayah plus Rakan show, so it is actually kind of sad that we end up getting TG here, because, like, I mean, you can throw it under the Malphite too for now, which is nice. And he does actually just opt to slam the Guinsus here. I would say this is the lower, probably the third priority bow item in this comp. First priority would be Krakens or Titans. Both are about equal, I would say. And then Guinsus is a very easy third. But Wasianiverson is a player that likes to play for streak, likes to play for strongest board. And he's not going to sit here and just not slam anything, which, I mean, that's why you see him do so well in his games. All right. Not going to be Star Guardian Circlet, of course. We don't want to play for super vertical Star Guardian. Lucky Gloves, man. Like, if it's not Lucky Gloves here, it's never Lucky Gloves, but I think it is just kind of almost never Lucky Gloves. I think this one is just not that good. Final Ascension is a funny idea, but you already have inevitability in this comp. I do actually just like the Priz ticket here to guarantee that you can hit from no econ augment. I think this makes sense. It means we can just roll infinite on level 6 and just hit our stuff very, very quickly and stabilize. So I like this. Yeah, it's just... it can never... I'm shocked that even... Ooh... Okay, he doesn't want to take the Pandoras here. I mean, I'm tempted by Pandoras. I kind of hate 3-2 Pandoras, but it would allow us to turn this sword into something really, really nice and, you know, potentially get a Radiant item. I mean, I would have thought way longer on Pandoras than I would have on Ascension here. I'm surprised he thought so long, just because, once again, this is a comp where I think if you make it to late game fights, like long fights, you win because your Rakan is scaled up with potentially Archangels, by the way, is the other kind of like BIS scaling item that you want onto Rakan here. Pull up. Ooh, we do not hit it yet. We don't hit it again. Fan Service. Finally, we pick it up here. That was a little bit scary, but we do manage to find it. Oh my god, and the roll down. We pick up Xayah 2 and Rakan 2, which is huge for 2-cost reroll like this. You really want to be hitting these guys. I mean, 3-2 is right on curve. 3-3, because we won 3-2 is great here. And we have the Fan Service, so it worked out. I will say, if you are playing this comp, you do want to look for the Fan Service on Xayah. She's way more likely to have Fan Service on her just because of the way that all of her power-ups work out. And once you have Fan Service on Xayah and you power up Rakan, you are guaranteed to get Fan Service too. So that is just something to keep in mind, is usually you want to look for it on Xayah. All this bow talk makes me think this is going to be a bow take here. And yep, it is. I mean, I think this makes sense. Once again, Titan's Resolve on Rakan and Kraken on Xayah. You could even make a GS here. Wasian is the least BIS greedy player of all time. So would I be that shocked if he just goes for the GS here? I mean, he did hover over it for a second. I wouldn't be shocked if he went for it. I would definitely greed this here, but I am a much greedier items player than Wasian, and does look like he is just going to make the GS here because slamming items is good, saving HP is good, and playing good TFT is good. So yeah. He is the world's least greedy player with items. He just slams everything and says, you know what, the items will work themselves out later. And I mean, just as a fantastic item onto Xayah. It's not like it feels bad to slam or anything like that. So, I mean, just an item slam masterclass from Wasianiverson here. The 0% greed. Gonna roll down a bit here. Gonna pick up the power snacks here for the Rakan, obviously, so we can go for this, get 4 Protector in. Does mean we have to lose on 3rd Star Guardian, which is a little bit tragic, but, I mean, you must get 2 Fan Service onto this Rakan, especially with both 2-starred. Once again, that's 600 HP onto Rakan already. 630 Armor Namar, and then 30 AD and AP onto Xayah. I mean, the numbers are just crazy, and obviously, you know, you have to play kind of a weird trait web to get there, but I think it's certainly worth it. Rotate into this Nico player who, you know, our dreams of Nico 3. I don't know if we ever even had dreams of Nico 3, but definitely with the fact that there's this Nico player in the lobby, probably not going to happen. We're holding on to the possibility of Malphite 3, which I do think is kind of cool to look for in this comp, just because if you do hit it, you can do the crew toggling thing where you put in crew units and just toggle in crew to get the extra XP on rolls. Our items here end up a tad bit awkward, actually. This is obviously the downside to just, you know, going all in on this. We're also looking for 3-star Janna here, which a tad bit surprising to me. But let's look at items here, because this is where, you know, going Wasianiverson mode and just slamming everything gets scary for me, because we have no components towards like Rakan Bis, which would be Archangel's Titans here. Xayah items, you can build IE on her. It's okay. It's not amazing though. You know, Cloak build toward Krakens, but it's not great. I mean, I would probably just go IE Evan's Shroud here. It gives you the armor shred and, you know, gives you a Xayah item. But we'll see what we go for. These are scary slams in a spot like this. This is why it's not so easy to just play Wasianiverson mode. He makes Sterax here as the HP I'm on Turkan. I mean, it makes sense. Keeps your cloak open for Kraken. I don't know what this glove's going to end up being. Maybe just LW down the line. I could see it. So yeah, this is going to be our slam here. Last augment here. Okay, I don't think it's going to be Isekai. I don't think it's gonna be bronze for life. I don't think it's gonna be 1 buff, 2 buff. Ooh, we really just want like good combat here. Cyber uplink, yuck. Roll the dice. It's okay, maybe our best option. Water Lotus. I wonder if it's ever Rakan can actually do a lot of damage late game if you get to Archangels, which we might not even make it to this game. I wonder if it's just Water Lotus and you just let Rakan crit and Xayah crit and get mana back. The problem is Xayah mana locks herself during her ability, so like this mana is really not valuable. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I think I would take Water Lotus here, but I don't love it. I don't love it at all. He's gonna take the Radiant TG here. And we did pick up a Cassante, which is good here. Okay. Checks the Radiant TG here. It is tank and damage. I mean, I guess I can go on to Yasuo for now. We are 4 Yasuos right now. You can go for Yasuo 3 in this comp. I mean, we do have a lot of units to itemize, actually. We have the, the Janna 3 coming very, very soon. And then, the Yasuo 3, I guess, is where our TG is going to end up. You could also just hit a Cassante too and play for that. So that's something. But we also really want to push levels to get more value out of our other stuff. There's the Janna 3. We are pretty close to Rakan, so I do think rolling to 40 here makes a lot of sense, but stopping on 40 also makes a lot of sense. I guess we can't move TG over to Janna just yet because we rolled a Warmog onto it. That must stay on the Malphite, but I definitely do think the ideal resting place for this regular TG is onto the Janna here. Also, this guy has Cassante too. I mean, comps like this in general, it is tough to find Cassante too, just because this unit is so contested these days, man. Like, I feel like every comp wants a Cassante frontline, and we do take another loss here. We need a hit soon, actually. Dropping to 51 HP, it's not great. Cloak Open for Kraken is what I would imagine our best slam is in this spot here. If we can't get that, what are we looking at here? I mean, oh, it's not another TG. You could take like Rod. Maybe it is another TG. Oh God. I mean, now we feel bad that we didn't take Lucky Gloves earlier, but I really feel like we kind of need to hit Rakan 3 like this round. If we don't hit it, we're going to feel really bad, and yeah, Wasian's going to roll pretty deep to find it. There's another Rakan, one off. There's another Yasuo. One off Yasuo 3 is also huge here. There's Rakan, and he's going to continue to roll here to hopefully hit. Oh, yes, he does hit Yasuo 3, and then uses the last dupe on Xayah here, and then makes the extra TG. Okay, beautiful. So, scary, but we kind of made it. We are 6 gold here, which, is not my favorite number of gold. And we're going to take a loss here, which, I mean, to be fair, we fought Flickerblade Ash, which is really rough. But, okay, we did hit our entire board here. Wow, this is a great TG onto Yasuo, man. Radiant Edge of Night, Radiant Red buff is fantastic here. And we now have the Rakan. And we just need to finish Xayah Rakan items, which is the scary thing. We've made 50 TGs this game. So I'm really afraid that we might only, get 2 components off minions here and not be triple item Xayah, triple item Rakan, which is, what you have to play for. But hopefully the Yasuo can carry us a bit here. Oh my God, the Yasuo is doing great work. Can he clutch it out? Oh, the Yasuo actually saves us here. That's a huge pickup there, just because any fight that we lose this stage is horrifying. Also, I imagine we should move the Malphite TG over to the Nico. I think he's just, maybe he's thinking of moving over to Cassante, but I think for now it goes on Nico. You're probably supposed to play 3 Star Guardian on level up, right? Just for the tiny team value. We do get what I guess is Declaw IE? Declaw QSS? Declaw QSS just for the attack speed? Okay. Yeah, gotta finish our items here. So these are the ones that we do end up making here. He does end up leveling for the Rel here. You'd almost wish you could play Shen on this board, but obviously we have Yasuo 3, so that's not getting cut. But, a little bit sad to miss out on Bastion, but not too bad. And all right, it looks like the board is up and running at this point. You would love to push level 8, get 6 Protector, or, the dream is level 9 eventually, but obviously that is very, very far off. And yeah, he likes the QSS onto Xayah, even without the spell crit. He likes it just as attack speed is good on attack speed unit. And IE is just, it's pretty mediocre. It's also, means that you're not going to get CC'd by random things like Unstoppable or Jarvan and stuff like that. So yeah, and this ends up being a pretty mediocre BIS Rakan, but this is just how Wasianiverson plays the game. He slams good enough items, gets to a point where, yes, we don't have perfect items on Rakan, but they're good enough, and we've saved a ton of HP. Like, had we greeted these items, we would be like 20 HP here, and then 2 losses and you're dead. Right now we're 40 HP, so we can even tank bad losses against really strong people, and we're rolling pretty okay items onto the onto these guys. And ooh, swap the TG here. We have enough removers, so why not? We rolled damage items on backline and frontline items on damage items on frontline and backline items on whatever. You get the idea. We swapped the TGs, and we did use this opportunity to move them over to the Janna, which makes sense. rotated to a very scary Star Guardian board, but this is where saving that extra HP is really big here. We could take either piece of BIS if they exist. That is Kraken, which, I mean, I do think must be the take here. Such a good item onto Xayah, which means he's really considering not taking it here. But yeah, he does end up taking it here. I think this makes sense. Only downside is QSS is going to have to move up, I guess. And we are going to roll down here for something good to play. I mean, it's Jinx and Cassante normally, and then I think you move QSS to Jinx? Yeah, okay. And this is the setup here. We did find the Jinx, and he is going to play 6 Protector here over the Jinx, so going to have to sell this here and then move this over to Cassante. Yeah, that's the spot for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the tiny team and 3-star Guardian value is so much that you would not play 6 Protector. 6 Protector is such a spike for the Rakan. I mean, Rakan's not even a Star Guardian unit, so yeah, I think this makes sense. All right, pick up another, a dub to break our loss streak there. And yeah, I mean, level 9's the dream, but I do think we have to use our free rerolls there. End up using it to find Cassante 2, which is very, very big. And this is our setup here, looking to push level 9, get that Jinx in to finalize our board, get that Jinx Star Guardian bonus, which would be great. So this is our spot here. And yeah, I mean, I really do feel like Prismatic Ticket has done a lot of work here, and we have slowly kind of moved towards BIS. I mean, now we have nearly BIS Xayah, and I mean, you can see the Xayah is doing work here. The Rakan with, he just barely doesn't tank enough here, but top 4 locked in. I mean, that is what you like to see here, and if we can make it to 9, maybe we can cap higher than that. It is a strong, strong lobby, so if we must cap at a top 4, I mean, Wasianiverson usually plays for top 2s, but I mean, he is definitely not above just taking a top 4 here. We will, we'll see. We're not lacking much in this spot here. Yeah, opposite take Archangels once again moving towards BS Rakan. So now we have Archangels onto him. Probably scout here and see what our matchup is. That's kind of mixed damage AD AP, but it's really more AD. So yeah, he opts to not put the declaw onto Rakan. And so yeah, now we've made it to Archangels. This is such a, till 6-1, right? It took until 6-1, but all of a sudden we have nearly BIS Xayah and Rakan here. I don't love that our Rakan is getting AoE'd along with everything else here. It means he's going to die kind of quickly, and I think we're just going to get cleared by this Star Guardian board and farm an honorable top 4 with this comp. I think this is a really cool game showing off the comp, though, showing how you don't necessarily have to greed for BIS. You can slowly make it to BIS, and I mean, honestly, if this lobby was weaker, I think we could have played for better placements, or if things had just gone slightly differently, but an overall cool game, and this is a comp that, you will generally be farming top 4s. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch for Metafy. All my links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, as always.